What's up, guys? Jeremy here from MTG Headquarters, and I want to tell you a little bit about why you won't be getting any Eternal Masters. So the distribution allocation numbers are out today, and I've been receiving feedback from various anonymous sources about numbers, okay? From what I can see, it's basically the same as Modern Masters 1, and we're having the same issues. Although, it remains to be seen if the set will warrant these prices. I'm hearing prices as speculations as high as $20 or even $30 in some areas, double or triple MSRP. Of course, that will depend heavily on what's in the set. Wizards MSRP is $9.99 a pack. From what I can tell, high-level stores, they pay about $150 for them from Wizards, but now some distributors are jacking up prices, making it really hard to get the product to LGSs. So I put together a little flow chart to try to explain exactly what's going on here. So Wizards of the Coast starts with a huge supply of print here, right? They print all the boxes, and then they get allocated. So depending on the size of events you host, how long you've been, like a lot of us know WPN allotment, things like Advanced Plus or whatever, depending how big your store and how successful it has been over the years, that directly affects the amount you're going to get. Right now, for Eternal Masters, it's about a max of 24 boxes, not cases. Okay? 24 people in that store will be lucky to get a box. If the 3 people that work there, 21. All right? Now, there's 10 to 20 distributors out there across the nation, and most of them, by the numbers I'm receiving, are receiving hundreds of boxes. Not 20 boxes, but hundreds. Many, many hundreds, okay? Then you're the local game store. And so every local game store usually gets their allotment from Wizards, and then they have to go through distributors to buy the additional supply for the demand. The problem with original Modern Masters 1, as well as what it looks like to be happening with Eternal Masters, is many of these distributors are jacking up the price out the door. So in each one of these sections, the price is going up, and the supply is going down. So your local game store, you get 24. Big deal. Most small game stores, that might be enough. But any game store that does any real events, if you're hosting 50 to 100 people on Friday Night Magic, 24 boxes is nowhere near enough. So now you have to go to a distributor, which means instead of paying retail or cost from Wizards, okay, now you're paying inflated full retail prices from your certain distributors to get the product you want, which then gets passed on to us, the consumer, okay? Then you have another layer. So let's say your local game store gets 100 boxes. They get the maximum. They get 25 boxes from their WPN allotment, and they're able to buy 75 boxes from various distributors at reasonable prices. Now they have to tack their profit margins on top. So maybe they got 25 boxes at 150, and the other 75 boxes they had to pay $250 for. So now their level of cost on average per box goes up, which then gets passed to us. So we're thinking $249 MSRP, which would be fine if they're paying $150, but of course they only get a small supply at that price. So now the price goes to $300, $350, or $400 so that they can still make their same margins on the boxes that they're buying at practically retail from certain distributors. Now, not all distributors are doing this, and I'm not going to name names, but enough of them to affect the market. And if you run a store, I know you'll be commenting down below. There are many stores who are basically unable to get anything outside of their allocation, which some stores is as few as 6 or 8. So if you're a store and you're relatively new or whatever, you get 5 or 6 boxes, right? So now the store has 100 boxes. What's their incentive? I mean, if they're selling for $400 on eBay, they have zero incentive to sell to their customers at $400 because they could just sell them on eBay, right? So now we expect them to take a hit. We want them to have the boxes, but we also don't want to pay more than MSRP. So it kind of stinks to be a local game store in this scenario. There are also people that I like to call resellers or power buyers who will have relationships with many local game stores and will often buy them out. There are unregulated stores, or there are stores that simply don't care, that are happy to sell their entire allotment to one person so they can be done and stop answering questions about a limited run product, which I really can't blame them. But for example, each time Modern Masters comes out or Eternal Masters, there's 3 or 4 stores that I can call the night before and say, hey, You know, how you going to hook up your old pal HQ? You know, I buy stuff from you all the time. You're not going to have like a box or two for me? You know, there's that guy. And then there's guys that will just buy out the store and immediately put stuff on eBay. So you have, oh, don't forget, by the way, I'm jumping around a little bit. Another problem is these distributors are under no, as far as I can tell, no contractual obligation to sell any of this product or at a particular price. So many distributors, and this is part of their profit model, and I have no problem with it, will store a lot of product. Well, they're not going to keep a lot of Dragon's Maze, right? Maybe they're keeping Origins in their stocks, but they keep hundreds of boxes each set to build value, right? Then they write them off as a loss if they don't sell them, or they just make a bunch of money when they do. So what product do you think gets hoarded more than anything? Limited run products. So now you have, so Wizards is thinking, well, between the distributors and our WPNs, everyone should be good. But the problem is when distributors don't push out 100% of what they got at a fair price, now it's short in supply, which increases demand, which increases price. And finally, it gets down to you, the consumer, or you or I, that just wants to buy a box here or there, or a couple packs. Now you're paying 20 or 30 bucks. So WotC prints it, sends out their allotment to an LGS, which is never enough. Then the rest of the stuff goes to distributors, which can choose at what price they want to sell it and if they want to keep any of it. Well, guess what? They're going to keep a lot of this stuff. I guarantee that. So now the WotC thinks they've solved the problem. They're holding products back. Local game stores are holding product back or selling it on eBay. Power buyers are coming in and buying product. So before you can ever get off work, you work till 5 o'clock on Friday and it comes out. All of these people have made their money. WotC made their money. The distributors are already making their money right now by selling stuff. Local game stores made their money. Resellers are making money, and you get hosed. So I don't know the answer to this, how to fix this. I think better allotments seems like it makes sense, but we have to be careful not to disincent stores from selling product. Making these products available direct to customer from Wizards of the Coast seems like a really good idea. Some limit one per box, although there could easily be some shenanigans there. I don't know what the solution is, but this is the problem that we have. Everybody's making money along the way, and by the time we get it, all the value's gone, and singles prices haven't, like I'd like to tell you, wait till after the product comes out to buy the singles, but from what we've seen is there's very little long-term value effect on reprints unless they reprint it in a major set. With hundreds of the thousands of boxes printed getting held or hoarded in closets or warehouses, it's not going to have any effect on the singles price market. So if they want to really make it easier for us, then they need to reprint them at the levels of an actual set. Modern Masters 2 is still out there here in the Midwest, available for $10 a pack, a lot of local game stores. But you go to either coast or in other countries, they've been sold out for months. I don't know how to solve this problem. I'm hoping that the comment section brings some good suggestions. Wizards, please look at maybe disincentivizing these distributors from hoarding limited print run items. I mean, it's not your responsibility to be making sure everybody in the world makes money except us, who are and then forget about us and the consumer market and say, well, $30 a pack is market value, $100 drafts, enjoy your Eternal Masters. Like, that is not good, right? Don't pay more than MSRP. If you can out there, please don't pay more than MSRP. Don't feed that machine, okay? Wait and buy the singles, and maybe this problem gets better. I don't know. Thanks for listening to my little mini rant. I would love to hear some suggestions in the comment section down below on how to maybe fix this or if I messed anything up. Have a good day. What's up, and thanks for watching this video. I produce all different kinds of content, so if you haven't yet, click on my face to subscribe. If you want to watch more videos, I've got some sweet playlists, including this one, where I open up every fat pack ever created. I've also got this one over here where I open just about anything vintage and old and expensive for your enjoyment. And all this is made possible by the awesome backers at our Patreon, which is linked in the description of every video. Hop on over there, check it out, see if it's something you might want to consider. If not, sit back, enjoy, and I'll still love you.